All right, so I wanted to make a video to help you navigate our Sakai site. Sakai is what we call a course management system, and it's the way that you are able to access really valuable information for your courses. So when you log into Sakai, the tabs that you see up here will be different than mine. They'll probably just represent the classes you're enrolled in and maybe some clubs that you might be part of. Right now you see that our class is highlighted, and so we are on our General Physics Sakai site. I apologize that there's nothing pretty on the opening page. I haven't gotten to that yet, but I'll try to finish that up before we have class on Monday. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the student view for Sakai so it looks a little bit more like how you will see it when you log into Sakai. My view of Sakai is always different than yours because I'm an instructor. I'm going to go down the left-hand side here to just highlight things that are important for you so that you know how to navigate here. So the first thing that we would get to is the syllabus. Syllabus is always a really important piece of information. Notice I clicked, and on another tab, a PDF of our syllabus for the semester opened up. I highly recommend that you read this over the weekend. There's a lot of valuable information in the syllabus. And it's also, it's not very exciting reading, so it might take you a while to plow through it. Maybe you'll get bored, maybe you'll get overwhelmed. It's okay to put it away for a little while, but come back to it and finish it up. At the very end of the syllabus is our day-to-day schedule for our class, in addition to all the different homework type assignments that you will have. So I'm going to close that tab now because you can look at the syllabus later. The next tab that I'm going to look at on the left-hand side here is the Zoom. So Zoom is something that you will be using to access our class or to attend our class if you're a remote learner, or if you can't come to class on a particular day. Maybe you're not feeling well, you might have some symptoms of illness, maybe you are either quarantining or are in isolation. In any of those cases, we do not want you to come to class, but we want you to be able to enjoy class so you can attend via Zoom. I've set up the meetings for the semester by Monday and Thursdays, which are our days of class. If you want to attend on a particular day, you just come to the Zoom meeting for that date, go over here, hit join, and you can start up your Zoom and we will be enjoying class together. If you haven't yet, you might want to download Zoom on your computer so you don't try to join Monday morning and then have to go through the download. That might cause a lot of stress. The next tab that I want to go over is called Helpful Information. I tried to put everything together that you might be having trouble finding. Actually, all this information is in your syllabus, but because the syllabus has so much information, I find that sometimes students will have a little bit of difficulty getting at the things that they want to find. So I have things like your syllabus is also located here, information about your book, information about our online homework, and then some login keys that you need for some of the different applications we'll be using in the class. So I like to have it all in one place so that if you're having trouble finding it, you know where to go. Just go to Helpful Information. I hope that you find that the name is indicative of how you find that page. The next thing we come to is the lab schedule. And here I have embedded the schedule for your lab for the semester. You have been enrolled in a particular day for lab, and that's the day you should attend. Different days have different instructors, but basically every week there's a particular lab that is being conducted. You should, again, I want to stress, you need to go to lab on the day that you have been enrolled in. This is particularly important this semester because of social distancing issues. Now that we're going to get to, you start to see some chapters. I use these tabs to organize our information for each chapter that we cover. We will start with chapter 3. And so if we click on this, again, I don't have a lot of information here yet, but I sort of put the headings of what kind of information you will find on these pages as we progress through the semester. So I always have a title page. Then under headings, I will put links or embed the pre-lecture videos that you need to watch will be found for each chapter here, and I will also mark them by what day they're for. I usually make available a set of slides for each class that you could actually put them on your device where you could take notes on it. So they're actually really nice to be put on some sort of tablet device, and you could take notes on that tablet, or you could print them out and write on them. These will be available shortly before class. Sometimes they're not ready until 9:30 or quarter to 10, which might be a little inconvenient, but they will be there. If I have any handouts for class, I will also put a link to their PDF on this page, but also usually I will be bringing them to class hard copies, so you don't have to necessarily print them out on your own. Finally, another thing that I will post after class, any notes that I've taken, I will be posting here as well. I wanted to just very quickly go to last semester just to give you a sense of what it would look like. Last fall, what this pages will look like once there's materials in here. And notice that here I have the lecture notes, and you can see that I've written on here and marked these up. There's for another day for this same chapter. And I also have a video here because there was a problem that students asked about, but I didn't have time to cover in class, and so I made a little video for them. So that just gives you an idea of what those pages might look like once they're completed. Now, what are some of the other things that are going to be helpful here for you to look at? One of the applications that we're going to be using in class is called Tophat, and you can actually launch that right from Sakai, and I don't really know. So here we go into that. This is our class, and when you go into this, what's going to happen is every day there will be a set of pre-lecture questions that I want you to complete by 8 a.m. Basically, these will sort of test your understanding for the material and will give me a sense of where we are as a class and will help me to really know what to emphasize in class. So before every class meeting, except for the first day, you will want to complete a set of these questions before 8 a.m. Again, I want to emphasize that you don't have to do these for Monday, but there will be some due after Monday's class and then also for Thursday's class. So Tophat is something that we're going to be using, just real simple sort of multiple choice questions that you complete before class. Let's go back to Sakai. Sometimes you have assignments that are going to be due through Sakai. One of the ones I have you do for next week, well actually the week after next, September 7th, is I'm going to have you make up your weekly schedule so you can see that. Another thing that I'm going to have you do is one of your first assignments is a forum, which I'm not seeing right now, so I'm going to have to go back and figure out what's going on there. Sorry about that. Okay, what other external sites are we going to be using for this class? There's two more. One of them is called Perusal, and it's a way that you will be reading the textbook, taking notes, and asking questions. What I've done right here is I've brought up one of the chapters from last year to give you a sense of what it might look like once it's being used. So here's a chapter where many students have highlighted material and made comments and asked questions. Over here are the questions. And so what can happen is you might find something in the chapter when you're reading, and you have to read before class every day. Those assignments will be due at midnight the day before class. You highlight what you don't understand, and then you make a comment. Everyone's comments will appear here, and you will be able to interact. Some people may answer different questions, and sometimes I'll weigh in. And as we go through the book, you'll be able to interact with each other. The nice thing about perusal is while you'll be interacting with each other, you don't have to be doing it at the same time. One person may ask a question at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and another person may address that question at 8 o'clock that night. So perusal is the site where we will be reading our textbook interactively. It is an assignment that you have to do, and you will have an assignment for each day of class. Finally, our homework system is called webassign. And when you go into webassign, this is where you will be seeing your homework problems. So for every chapter, you will have one problem set that will be due after we complete the chapter in class. So chapter 3 we will be working on next week on Monday and Thursday. And then after Thursday's class, you should be in pretty good shape. Actually, even after Monday's class, you could probably start the assignment. But chapter 3 homework, you can see, will be due the following Monday at 8 a.m. If I click here, I can bring up all the questions, and you just work your way through the questions, answering them, and you will see whether you're right or wrong and be able to keep track of how many points you are earning. And so that will be the final type of homework that you will have. So I know this is a lot, but you can watch this anytime you want. I just wanted to give you a chance to sort of see how we navigate through our Sakai site and also get a better idea of the different applications that we'll be using in the class. So I hope that this helps. I'll be going over a lot of this on Monday, but I wanted to give you a head start so that you could get ready for class. See you all on Monday.